Welcome back. I'm Jinyo, this is Scruffy, and we're watching Star Trek for its 50th anniversary. And this is episode 19. Tomorrow is yesterday. And if you haven't figured it out, there just might be a little bit of time travel involved. So, without further ado, we're gonna start this episode right now.
Watching this for the first time, you'd have to wonder if you're watching the wrong show.
Did I tune into the wrong channel here? Because little modern day Air Force action.
I'm not seeing Star Trek yet. Where's Star Trek?
I know.
Just there. Look at his face. It's like, what?
Yeah, serious. Serious business.
A war were declared.
Mm-hmm. It's like a really plain office.
I know.
Could be accurate, but but it's like you go from this footage, which looks very real,
And now
to that office. Mm-hmm. It just feels like a set. So, scrambling the fighters. What?
Yeah, right.
That is the first time we have seen the Enterprise flying, like,
Yeah, we're
in
not
the
in Kansas
sky.
anymore.
Yeah. In, like, actual atmosphere.
That's true, because even on every single planet they've been to so far, they're just orbiting every planet.
Right.
And beaming down or taking the Galileo, theoretically, or something. So there is never the Enterprise across, like, a beautiful, like, atmosphere.
Yeah.
Blue sky or something like that.
It's pretty weird.
Well, especially when it's like, like an actual UFO.
Yeah. It's a flying saucer with stuff hanging off the back.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll still call it a flying saucer.
So this episode was written by DC Fontana.
Yay!
Yay, Dorothy Fontana,
Yay,
who
ladies.
wrote Charlie X and was one of very few female writers in Hollywood at the time. She was also the youngest story editor in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite an accomplishment.
Enterprise moving.
Oh my god! Oh, it's sinking. Oh, now it's rising.
Moving very slowly. Well, so a high gravitational attraction is pulling them.
Yep.
So things are far.
I'm not saying there's not a reason for it. It just looks funny.
That's amazing. I don't think we've ever really had it where it just starts with them like all on the ground.
Yeah,
I mean, like, oh shit,
Usually
what happened?
We see them thrown to the ground. But no.
That's when you know shit's gone bad. When
Yeah.
it's like, what would have happened?
Plus, like, all the view screens are blank.
Yeah.
They just look like paper.
It's that serious.
Mm-hmm.
That's dark. Mr. Scott's still alive.
Yeah. No one has helped Uhura up yet.
Yeah, no. There you go. Shove her in the direction of her share.
Yeah. Oh, we got some action back on the monitors. That's good.
Apparently that automatically proves that Scotty's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, and some views. That's view screen at least. At least it's just bad footage. Oh,
Yeah.
Aurora is just like wrecked right now from whatever happened.
Yeah.
I mean, serious enough that all of them were on the floor, so you would think then they were all like knocked out.
Right.
The ship itself, like view screens and just data and scanning, all knocked out for some period of time, and then like they wake up.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Oh, maybe they're over Miri's planet. Now, one interesting thing is that this story, the idea for this story was originally it was going to be a follow-up to the naked time.
Oh,
Because
really?
remember, in the
Yeah.
naked time, Slew's running around without a shirt on,
Mhm.
all this crazy stuff happens, and then right at the end of the episode, for like no reason whatsoever.
I know, they go back in time.
Yeah, exactly. They go back in time. So it was going to lead into this, which they get sent back in time all the way to the 60s.
Mm-hmm. How convenient.
Mhm. But apparently they put that idea on the shelf and then only dusted it off months later.
With like, and they get thrown back in time.
Mhm.
Boom.
Right.
Start our story.
But at least it wouldn't have made the ending of Naked Time feel so...
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, so out of place.
So Kirk is like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
You're telling me we somehow landed in the 1960s.
And there's shit.
We're in
there's...
the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like...
where everyone could see us.
Mm-hmm. But, a fun way to work with, again, budgets that you have and stuff like that. Because obviously for a lot of these, we're going to planets where you can easily grab stuff from the wardrobe department and make it make sense.
Right.
So here's one where it's like, all right, they basically land in our actual, decade
Mm-hmm.
as we're producing these episodes. So
Right.
it's going to be totally normal that everyone is dressed currently. And
Yeah. We can use normal furniture
mm-hmm.
and just buy some stock footage. That's a little bit of a bummer.
They're like dead in the water, but like in the air kind of thing.
And,
like, we can get this guy, but
yeah.
we might kill him.
Right. But then he might kill us.
So yeah. What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we broke it.
Mm-hmm. Not built to withstand tractor beams. That's an important safety note.
For some reason, he lands on it.
Yeah.
Facing the other way and not sitting down.
Right. It's like, I'm sure he was in that cockpit sitting down.
Yeah.
Why is he standing up now?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he get the danger shadow of...
He gets romance face. He's like, hello.
Oh yeah, captain and captains, they're gonna be all
Mm-hmm.
puffing their chests out at each other. Yeah, you just pulled me out of my plane. You might be used to that, which you actually are by now, and I don't know
Right.
that, but I'm freaked out.
Why does that strip of light follow you
Oh, no.
wherever you stand in the room?
It's like two yeomen on either side.
Yeah.
Making it work. Yeah.
We destroyed your plane, so we took you on board to save your life.
Sorry.
But now we're going to ruin your life. And by showing you around, we're going to doom you.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
He's like, hello?
Again, one of the best lines, and I'm assuming you have to thank DC for
DC
that.
Montana,
Yeah. Again, a great example of non-womanizing Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a moment to specifically point out that's a member of my team.
Yeah, that's crewman.
Yeah, not a woman or just a woman. And dude, eyes over here.
Right. Our authority is the United Earth Space Probe Agency. Because we hadn't really nailed down the whole Space Fleet, Starfleet, Federation
just
thing.
not okay. Time warp.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know the half of it.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. This isn't even their biggest.
Yeah. Oh, cute Spock.
Uh-huh.
Which I feel like would be more effective if he actually looked green, you know, because he is supposed to have, like, a green color to his skin,
right.
but that has never come through on the show whatsoever. Like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, I know they tried with the makeup and stuff like that, but it does not come through with green.
Yeah.
Any tint of it at all. Dude, this guy needs to stop looking at the ladies.
You can't not look at the ladies.
He's like, hello.
Right.
We'll just let him look at all the things. Because it's maybe far beyond his understanding, so it's fine.
Right. Why do you have glowing jewels all over the desk?
How do you read anything? There's no numbers or anything. Kirk is like, I'm not there yet on understanding this. Spock's immediately there, and Kirk is like, oh, poop.
Right.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Exposed him to future stuff. Now he's screwed.
Why wouldn't you tell me this before you brought him over?
We never send him home again.
Shitty. Oh, he's mad at Spock. I think it's because, like, would have been nice if you told me this beforehand, and maybe I would have suggested, you know, beaming him from his ship we were destroying to, like, the ground or something, you know, like, or the transport pod and then immediately to the ground, so he wouldn't have a chance to look at all this.
Right.
But instead it's like, yeah, you know this guy's boned, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can't go home.
He knows too much.
Yeah. We have to keep him like a prisoner here.
Yeah, we can tell him, but we'd have to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, too late. Now we have to kill him.
Oops. Oh, they dressed him.
Yeah.
But not in Captain Rig at all. Because, no.
There's only one captain on our ship.
It's fabulous. Inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Inappropriate computer.
Inappropriate computer. Voice, of course, Majel Barrett.
Yeah. See, Spock's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how this implies that they have all kinds of they have like all kinds of fun adventures in between the episodes that we see.
Yeah. Personal? Oh. Yeah, he's being harassed by his computer.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Women.
Female. Oh,
Yeah.
heard.
You know too much.
And this is gonna be like one of the first like sci-fi stories that deals with the whole concept of going back in time and how you're boned. Or how if you affect, you know, the past in some way, like there are consequences or
I would think that by now, by the 60s, there has to have been some stories written about that. This can't be a completely new concept.
Because obviously you fast forward 50 years later and it's just there's so much discussion in books on it, you know, and back and forth on, is it, like, can you do whatever you want and it doesn't affect or change the future?
Alternate
you know,
timelines.
If you step on a butterfly, do we all become, like, extinct in the future kind of thing? Or
I mean, the entire current Star Trek film franchise is based on having gone back in time and messed with the past.
A little bit.
The Romulans having done that, not Kirk, of course.
A little bit.
I like how their little sliding color display board is lit up now.
Yeah.
Because in previous episodes, it looked kind of elementary school. Great. Now we'll just all die together.
Yeah, now we'll just be, like, really depressed dicks to everyone. It's like, so you just told me that I can't go back, so fuck you can't go back either. Sucks for everyone. He's so, like, alarmed. You're like, oh, stop calling me that.
Yeah. Oh. Computer.
Oh. His computer just emoted sadness.
Sad emoji.
Nope.
No.
He's run off. Somehow.
So you told them that he's basically a prisoner.
Yeah, and then didn't actually have a security guy on him the whole time?
Didn't actually bother to keep him prisoner.
Like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Oh.
He wasn't even looking where he was going. Magic Velcro belt.
Yep.
Nope. Judo chop.
Oh, judo chop.
Judo chop and punch.
Yep.
Jeez, one punch and he's out.
One Kirk punch.
Yeah.
That's a Kirk punch.
Like, that's why I punched him. He tried to escape.
Yeah. Well, you can't send him back
That's why...
all the information about the future that I just gave him.
Now, I love how that number fluctuates a lot in the series. Because before we have heard him say 400 crewmen. I think sometimes it's 402. This is very high at like 430. And I don't know if it's just from like between script to script and writer to writer, they just all kind of forgot, you know, how many we're supposed to be on.
They have a show Bible. TV shows like this have a Bible that tells them.
It changes a lot.
Yeah.
Like 400 to 430 isn't like, oh, we added like a few more crew.
Right.
That's like a significant jump.
But also you have the fact that he could be speaking, you know, conversationally, you know, so he's not going to say, oh, we have 431 people. It's like, we have 400 people. He's not Spock after all.
I love it, though. I love it how basically first Spock is like, this guy didn't do shit. Like, he is totally useless. Right. He's not a problem. He does not go back. And you're like, gee, thanks, dude. Feeling great here, you know? And then it was like, oh, and this is actually weird for Spock to kind of miss him like this. Like, I didn't think to see if there were any records of offspring.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a rookie mistake
Yeah.
that anybody should have caught.
Looked over, like, okay, does this guy do anything? Does he have any children that do anything? Any importance on his bloodline at all? Instead, it was like, this guy didn't do shit, so, yeah, that's okay. Awesome for us. Didn't do anything interesting at all.
Exactly.
But it's like, oh, your son...
You have a couple 100 years worth of,
but
his
son
timeline that
goes,
could have altered.
What was that? His son goes to Saturn?
Yeah.
Like... Oh, yeah, spoilers! Spoilers on your future!
Mm-hmm.
Are you even married yet? Or is your wife even pregnant?
Right.
That's some huge spoilers for him. Act surprised. And don't, overly push your son to exceed and excel in things.
Right.
Because you know what he's gonna turn into.
Exactly.
Oops.
Aww.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
What the hell is a sundog?
Sundog is basically when it's like lens flare.
Okay, and why do we call it a sundog? It look
That
like
I
a
don't
wiener
know.
dog or something?
That
Like,
I don't know.
what?
It's like, I'm not worried about them getting photos of us. They'll just tell the public it's swamp gas.
Reverse time warp.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah.
The Enterprise is a flying object that he is pretty well identified.
And now we realize that you actually are kind of important.
Mm-hmm. So we can't put you in any kind of danger.
He's so, like, energetic now.
Right. I can help you break into the military base.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be treason at all.
You told me that I'm gonna have a son who's gonna be amazing. And
Right. So now I'm
now
all excited.
Now I'm super interested in being here.
Yeah. Sneaking into the base. Like, were they scanning to see if the guard went by, or did they just get lucky?
Right? It's a good question. The good question is this a set somewhere or an actual just like hallway like on the studio that they were like, no one come in here for like an hour while we film.
I would guess that it's a set. Because it looks kind of
Setty.
fake and setty.
Setty.
Yeah.
Don't touch the thing, Sulu.
He's just so excited.
Poke.
Uh-huh. A 20th century fire alarm. You know, they used to have to pull the handles when they saw a fire.
And apparently sonic screwdriver.
Uh-huh. He does what a sonic
Kirk's
screwdriver
like,
does.
hey, it worked. I didn't even know it would.
Yep.
I just beeped things at it.
I wonder what those flashlights are. Yeah. I don't remember seeing those items discussed in, like, the prop forums. Someone has to have
Let me just touch
investigated that.
That's not even really making an effort to look at stuff. It's just like poke, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Poke the pink paper.
That has to look to like future people. That has to look like primitive, like wagon wheels or something, because it almost looks like that to us.
Good thing those two go to a lot of museums, apparently.
Hey, Kirk is the kind of nerd who.
Oh,
loves
no, it's
museums
like
and
Sulu
stuff.
too, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we've already seen it with Kirk here, where I don't remember necessarily everything that happened 300 years ago in my own country's history or my own planet's history.
You don't.
So the fact that, like, when they first get there, and he's like, "Oh, I totally know what's going on in this, like, time period we landed in,"
Mm-hmm.
and then, "Oh, I know that thing that happened too." Like, didn't
Right.
they just think they were like UFOs and UFOs were like swamp gas and balloons and whatever? Like, he just like remembers all this
Right.
stuff. And it's like, are you like? I mean, you're a legit space nerd. You just know all the things involved in space.
Yeah.
And then here, it's him and Sulu being like, "I totally know what these are."
Mhm. I would have hoped they would have done a little briefing before they came down.
But no, those two just happen to know what these things are already. Also, they're terrible at being a lookout for one another. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't Sulu's job have been to be as a lookout?
I totally want one of those belts now.
I want the generic bag.
That's something we don't usually see a lot of, is
Mhm.
food replicators in the transporter room.
Yeah. Is that always there? They just, like, happen to put that wall in that setup.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oopsie doodles. Awkward.
Yeah. Okay, move them up.
He's like, Spock is like, I even know it's gonna come up, but let's
Yeah.
just see.
It's an
I know.
emergency signal.
He have
This is
some,
what we
he
do.
have some like basically Vulcan sends that things weren't right. Let's just beam up whatever's holding the
Yeah.
communicator. I also love that McCoy's there. Has no real reason to be, but it's just for him to be like concerned mother hen.
Right. And to give Spock someone to talk
Like,
to.
Jim's been gone too long.
Mhm. At this point, they all could have gotten shot.
Yes. He could have just like
Yeah.
turned around and started shooting.
Yeah, in a panic. In a very justifiable panic.
I'm like, so used to Spock, so like it's really hard for me to
To see-
remember
to
that,
see him
like,
from,
to be
A
like,
civilian view.
yeah, seeing a dude with that haircut and those
Mhm.
eyebrows. Like,
They don't even bother to take his pistol.
no,
from him.
apparently that's not an issue. That this guy now knows. They're really bad at this whole time travel thing.
Now, I mean, this is their first time. They obviously don't have the protocols down yet.
Yeah, a little bit.
By the time we get to Next Generation, they're capable of beaming someone up, but if they have a weapon,
Mhm.
then they could basically suspend the weapon and just beam the person up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which makes a lot more sense than beaming up a panicky guard with
Yes.
a pistol.
This guy hasn't literally moved.
Yeah.
Literally. This guy is amazing at freeze tag. Like, holy shit. Like, not everyone is good, like, actors at, like, doing, like, frozen position. That guy's,
Right.
like, excellent at it.
Yeah, that guy should paint himself
He's just
silver
like,
and go out on Hollywood Boulevard and be like one of
there.
those robot statue guys.
Oh my god, he's got to shove all of those in there.
Yeah. Do you even have a machine to read tapes? Of course they do. They can build anything they need.
I feel like they should have been beamed up from where they were, because obviously that's not a problem. But was there still other stuff they had to get?
Yeah, probably.
basically just a couple of kids. It's broke into the school.
And this is a relatively unsecure military base?
Apparently.
For a military base. I mean, granted, they beamed right into the center of it. They didn't go through the gate or anything.
And based off lighting, it's nighttime. Because there's not good lighting in these halls.
Because they have to get the film.
And then the photos.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, the photo room has a little sensor on it.
Yeah.
But the other place they were in, with that other important...
Maybe that's why the guard walked in on them, because they got like a blinky light and they sent the guard, you know?
Almost. Nope. He didn't even like run. He was like, oh, but he immediately protects Sulu.
Yeah.
And just throws himself.
Seems like it would have been better just to go back into the room and slam the door shut.
Oh, his whole body!
That's how you take out 3 people at once. Is
How
you
did that
Kirk
even...
throwing your body sideways.
Completely horizontal.
Yeah.
Chest fall.
Yeah.
It's always a really excited, playful,
Did you see that tumble that guy took?
This is like the excited, playful fight music. I think they also had something similar for Finnegan.
Right. Oh no!
Which doesn't make me feel like he's actually in danger. It's like, here's the fun romp! But this guy's got a gun. And his suit's purple? Or is it the lighting?
I think it's just the lighting.
Looks very purple.
What are you hiding in there? Oh, no one. Just white people here. Don't worry about a thing.
Oh, God. Whoa.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, got you. What a scam! That is such a
he's just gonna
dirty
charm
scam.
them. That's all he's gonna do. Kirk is gonna charm his way out. Sulu has one sleeve shorter than the other.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was it. It was just like Bones tirade, and then he walks on.
Mm-hmm. He did the storm out, the classic storm out. You can't slam a door because they just open and close automatically.
What are you doing? Look at that film.
Jim's down there. He could be held prisoner.
But I like how it sets everything out. Whereas doesn't have his communicator with him, which means we can't locate him, which means he's totally boned right now. And what are you doing about it? I'm really upset and scared.
Right.
Because he said Jim, not the captain. Jim. Oh, well now it's important, so...
Mm-hmm. No.
That will kill me, so...
See, that would be bad, too.
Yes. But also pointing out my face is bad.
Why, this is what I put on when I don't care how I look.
Such a girl.
Yeah, I know. Well, they would have stolen some stuff.
You wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm. And Kirk says,
Aww. Like, that'll more or less get me where I need to be. Time-wise.
which implies that he is actually, like, Star Trek takes place at the end of the 22nd century.
Yeah, it's not correct, because about 300 years.
Well, it's later nailed down to be in the middle of the 23rd century.
Yeah.
Although, in the Trelane episode...
It was like 900.
Yeah, it was like the 27th century.
So confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something has gone a bit wrong.
Really, the guy who actually looks like an alien should go down. Oh, he means business. Not even just stun force. Heavy stun force. He's so excited.
That's the one that knocks you out and disintegrates all your clothes.
Yeah. What? Ooh.
Yeah. Because he's no fool.
You're smiling way too much for this adventure, dude.
Yeah.
Like, way too much.
Because he's excited to go back to Earth. Stand on the circle thing, if you would, please. Thank you very much.
And that guy is still there, wondering what the heck's going on.
Yeah. Is that lone
I know
transporter engineer the only guy, like,
apparently
keeping a guard on this guy? I just happen to have the chicken soup card
floppy
here.
disk here. It's good to go. I mean, I love the overall concept that, like, you would have these just little chip cards.
Right. But it does make more sense for
that
the computer to already have these things.
You just program or hit the right button for it, or right combo buttons, not like, let me flip through my disk and see what I've got.
Yeah. And, of course, by Next Generation, it's all voice activated.
We don't still have anything close to that. I mean, we got vending machine, sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's those, I think there's ones where you can, like, kind of order ramen from picking, and then it'll be, like, all...
Oh, Sulu just judo chopped him. They have Spock with him. He could have just given him the famous Spock neck pinch.
Sulu wanted to do something. Hello! There you go.
Yeah.
And down he goes.
Oh, snap.
No, his coat is legit purple. Because look at his pants. His pants are blue.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, owie.
Yeah.
You just, like, punched a bunch of dudes earlier.
Uh-oh.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Nope. Understandably, he's like, nah, I'm not going.
I bet you anything, the reason they had Sulu judo chop that guy and and Kirk punched the last guy is because they just don't want to have Spock, like, repetitively pinch
Vulcan
this guy,
pinching,
pinch
yeah.
that guy, pinch that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, you were dumb and adorably naive. Seriously, how does Spock get behind him?
I think he beamed out and then beamed back down outside.
That's awesome.
Because Spock's a badass.
You, Vulcan, you. That was that face. Sulu's like, that was awesome.
Yeah, Sulu loved that neck pinch thing. Although, really, the neck pinch is all about the reaction.
Which I feel like everyone varies. Like, obviously, no one thought about, okay, we all need to have the same reaction. Because sometimes it makes it look like it's very painful.
Right.
Captain Christopher's was like, screamed up face of pain. Other times, it's just like, oh, and down I go.
Yeah. Okay, they're going to do the slingshot effect.
Oh, that sounds safe.
And let's do the time warp again.
Just smile, nod. Just smile, nod with all that.
We're going to go forward in time, but we're going to go backwards in time first, and then we'll take care of you
and
then.
be able to, like, throw you back in your plane. You'll merge with the self. Just go. Just go with it. Just do it.
This is going to happen.
Just do it. Yeah, this all sounds good.
Yeah. Well, Captain, we could all die.
Like, we're doing it.
Kirk is pretty resigned.
I mean,
He's like, all right, we could all just freaking die.
Sounds like we've got like 80% chance we're all gonna die, but we can't stay here, so let's go.
Yeah. Man, that compositing work on that shot was terrible. No. They must have been in a big hurry.
Yeah, or like wasted budget on something else. Because obviously some of the other episodes have been absolutely beautiful in terms of graphic work.
Yeah. And here, like, all of the compositing seems a little off.
And maybe it's why this episode, in general, I just don't really count it on any list. It's not a terrible episode, but it is certainly not a good episode,
Right.
From a number of standpoints. Obviously, one being, like, the graphic work is just really low versus other episodes.
Also,
it's cute.
There's potential fun in going back to the 20th century and interacting with people and stuff, but the story itself isn't that fun, and they really don't go anywhere other than this one really boring looking base.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it just seems like an episode that suffers from like low budget. Either low budget, low interest, lack of time, where other ones have been much more involved, either being on location or building elaborate sets, or just far more interesting storylines or characters, especially going off something like Trelane or the Gorn, and then you come to this where it is literally like one set on the Enterprise and then one current time set on a soundstage.
Right.
It's all really, really boring.
Yeah. I like that Sulu gets to get out of the bridge and go down.
I mean, this is one
a little bit of stuff.
That's like maybe its only highlight is that it's fairly. Oh my god, Sulu and
wow,
Sulu
those special effects, they really get you.
That poor little model. It's this Sulu involved episode. There's not that many of them,
right?
And this is one where he, for whatever reason, goes with Kirk to pick up the stuff that has taken footage
Captain
of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because it's your first established, beyond, like, you said the little quickie of going back in time that we get in Naked Time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the episode that establishes, okay, this is actually how we are doing going back in time. This is the method of, like, slingshotting around and whatever. Small little things that can highlight it or just be interesting for use in other episodes or Star Trek universe as a whole. Yeah. But in general, it's like wah wah as an episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, now it looks like they're gonna drop them off in India.
It's time.
That's close enough.
Yeah. It's on Earth. I mean, honestly, I think the most exciting part of the episode has been the opening when they are all pulling themselves off the floor.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to open an episode of like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what just happened? Like, I like it when, episodes and movies start you in the middle of an action. Yeah. And you gotta catch up.
Yeah, it messes with your expectations.
Yeah. And that's an interesting concept here of like, okay, because that's always played around with on if you have someone you pulled out of their own time and then you go back to that exact time, are there two of the same person? Is there this magical merging of the two so they become one again? And so that's what we're seeing here where he was his past future self back to his original past self and then he like merged back into that guy who was then the original guy who didn't know anything that happened. This is why I'm not particularly fond of time travel stories because they were way too freaking confusing. Well, when you need to put someone back,
this one doesn't quite make sense in that just because they beat him down, he doesn't remember anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just magically he's merging with some other dude.
Right. It's like their way of erasing what happened over the past several days. Which seems like that's not really how it ought to work.
No.
But
hey, problem solved.
Right.
They're off the ship. They don't remember any of the stuff that they were exposed to. We're back in our time. Right. Everything's good. Oh no. So love how it's like, we safely got those two guys back, and everything's hunky-dory there. We're getting back into our time, but we still might be boned.
Right.
He's like,
don't bother with the bad news.
Yeah.
It's either going to happen or it's not.
Yeah. It's like, I don't need a countdown of how close to the years we're getting.
Yeah. Place needs some handles.
Seatbelts. I would think by now it would have been like, all right, we need to stop at a starbase and install seatbelts for everybody.
Yeah. Maybe they're just really short-sighted, and every time it happens, they think
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's probably our last time. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, okay, now at this point, I think the only highlight of this episode is just getting so many shots of the model. I mean, they're not the best shots because that poor little model is really just like on a string, just hanging there. But but at least you can appreciate the model.
Yeah. Starfleet Control, which later becomes Starfleet Command.
He's like, I'm not so happy we're back where we need to be.
Yeah.
When you're Starfleet Control and you're like, what the hell are they talking about?
Right. Well, were you gone?
What does that even mean?
Because you pretty much arrived back when you vanished.
Yeah.
We didn't even notice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not my favorite episode.
Yeah, it's like,
not a terrible episode.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like really classic, I'm just gonna say TV sitcom
Tropes.
characters in tropes,
yeah.
like, with the sergeant, whatever dude, and his hilarious acting performance, like just staying frozen on the transporter bed with fear, more or less. And it's like, well, it doesn't need to be Star Trek or a sci-fi show for that kind of character or performance, because, well, you're back in time. It's just super generic kind of stuff.
Yeah. But we do establish some important things that come back later, which is the whole slingshotting around the sun to enter a time warp to travel in time.
It's kind of like how sometimes you have those movies or prequels that no one likes, but like they're important because they're establishing things that are important for the episodes or movies that you really love.
Yeah.
And that's what that one is. We're like, well, I need it, but I'm not into it.
You don't get Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home without this stuff being
already in there.
Laid the groundwork. So,
all
right. That was Tomorrow is Yesterday. And come back next time when we will be enjoying a little courtroom drama with Court Martial.
Yeah, which definitely is a massive jump compared to this one.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, in terms of just what's going to be interesting. And and if you're in the 60s and you just saw Tomorrow was Yesterday, and then you're like, but then Court Martial, I find it's just like really awesome.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
It might be because I love Law and Order, but it's just a really excellent, well-written episode.
Yep.
Good
All right.
times.
See you next time.